Hello, Sevan. Thank you for joining us today. So we are going to go ahead and start. Where did you grow up?
Good morning, Danielle. I'm lucky enough to have been born in the United States, and then I spent my childhood in Rome, Italy. And then I came back and went to college here back in the U.S., and I've been here ever since.
So you mentioned that you lived in Italy during your childhood. Do you have a favorite memory or experience that you could share with us?
Yeah, that's I probably have too many to mention now, but the first word or the first two words that I learned in Italian are più veloce, which means faster. And when we arrived in Rome, my mother's friend, who was a race car driver, picked us up at the airport, and she had quite a sporty car, having been a race car driver herself. And so I was able not only to learn the language and experience Italy, but I was exposed to Ferrari Formula One back as a young child and got to really tour the entire country. Um, Maybe what we can do is have some training classes in Italy, and they can be part tour guide and part NX instructor, and we can see the beautiful scenes around Italy, and we can learn about NX.
Yes, that sounds like a great idea. What is your favorite part of your job?
Oh, getting to work with uh, companies involved in manufacturing in the United States and with technology. We work heavily in the aerospace and defense sector. And having worked the first half of my career in car racing, now I feel like I am racing and helping the US race in the world market by helping American companies and A&D companies to do their job better. So,
Awesome.
yeah.
What does working for SIS mean to you?
Oh, I think that this question ties right into the last question. It means getting to use the experiences that I've learned through life and in my career to help um, American aerospace and defense companies for the most part. I mean, occasionally get to work with some other non-U.S. companies, but for the most part, I take a great pride in helping the U.S. and U.S. companies to excel in their businesses.
What is your favorite hobby outside of work?
Oh my goodness, I don't know that we have enough time to discuss all of that, but I guess succinctly, I will say outdoor stuff, whether traveling to Caribbean islands or to the mountains and hiking. And then, really and truly, my favorite hobby is probably cycling. I ride a road bike, and between the engineering of it and staying healthy, that's what I love to do.
Cool. Why is NX different and unique from all the other CAD tools that are out there?
Siemens has gone through great lengths to create what we call the accelerator portfolio. And essentially, from within one software tool, IM and the companies that we partner with are able to do all of their work from inside of one software tool. And by doing that, it reduces time. And there's a couple of factors to this. I mean, one, for instance, having come from car racing, I'm able to design, for instance, a rocker arm, do the FEA on it, and program the CNC or additive manufacturing or rapid prototyping all from one tool. So I was able to do several iterations of a rocker arm, for instance, on a Pro Stock engine inside of 15, 20 minutes. So it helps you to rapidly develop your product and go to market with it. And one of the big things is how Siemens is allowing the reuse of data through model-based definition. I think Siemens is really doing the best job of being able to reuse that data throughout the value stream.
As we embark into 2023, what is one trend that you anticipate happening in the engineering space?
Yeah, this ties right back into the previous question. So MBD is model-based definition, and I'm seeing that a lot of machine shops and a lot of companies are really converting into model-based enterprises where they're really taking advantage of the reuse capabilities. You know, an engineer designs, or a team of engineers design a product. They determine all of the product and manufacturing information, PMI, and by using MBD, they are making their whole process that much more efficient because the product is defined once, the CAD model is the single source of truth, and yeah, it's saving a lot of time and making the businesses a whole lot more efficient in coming to market, as well as you know, in man hours, and just the whole businesses are being revolutionized by the trend of using MBD and creating model-based enterprises.
All right, last question. What are two common problems that you see when you're solving engineering challenges for clients?
Probably the most common one is training. Due to pressures, it seems like a lot of companies are not giving the engineers or their people enough training, and they're relying on them to make to bridge that gap. And what I'm seeing happening is that there's a lot of time lost. It's kind of like jumping over dollars to pick up pennies. By saving, by not spending, making the investment in the people in training, the people are making mistakes or they're running around for a long time, and then we're having to go in and actually solve training problems and not engineering problems. That's probably the number one that I've been seeing of late. And then the number two biggest one is we are in a technical revolution of sorts where a lot of amazing technology is being brought to bear, and companies are not adopting these technologies fast enough. And so I see it mostly in manufacturing, where they're not adopting the newest in software tools like we have in our latest versions of NX. They're not using the latest in tooling technologies, and as a result, not using the CAM technologies. Those are probably the two biggest problems that I deal with on a daily basis.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate you taking the time, and we hope that you have a good day.
Yes, thank you. You as well. It's been a pleasure.